I don't really know what you're doing with it.
Just the stuff.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday, or whenever you watch this.
Happy Saturday. We are what you say yesterday. We are on location today. Thanks for joining us for this coffee break.
I only got to say we were on location once when I was working in news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You should work longer.
Man, they had me outside at 2 o'clock in the morning at the fire.
Really?
I was like, this not for me.
you, you wouldn't do it?
What you mean? I did do it.
I mean, like, that was the only time you did it?
That was the only time I had to go out. My shift ended at 11. I was still there at 2.
You like, wait a minute, man.
Hey, guys.
Good morning, Mona.
Good morning, Mona. It's like, hey, guys, it is past my shift time.
Good.
Breaking news need to stop breaking. Where's the next crew?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
I sound like a Baptist preacher. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Well, we'll see how you fit in with the pastor today.
Oh man, that's funny though, man. You doing the news and having to get out there at 2 a.m. I can see your face now, like, man, I don't want to do this.
It was just me and one other guy.
And
we were in. It was at a hotel.
Yeah.
Or I should say a motel.
That starts off sketchy.
Motel, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's on fire. You can imagine the types of things we saw.
Yeah. Right.
And they wanted us to interview people.
Did they?
I was like, no, sir, no, ma'am.
Absolutely not.
No, sir, no, ma'am. Y'all not finna have these people on here and say y'all saw them with me.
That's funny, man. So this week, man, we had a lot of stuff happening, and everything. So first off, I want to kind of start off light. Leslie Jones is she started off the season. I don't know if you guys watch the Daily Show, but Trevor Noah was like hilariously funny to me. And Leslie Jones is hosted this past week, man. I think she did a pretty good job. Kind of interested to see who they really gonna pick to like really come in and replace him. Yeah, Johnny, I think she's been doing a wonderful job. Like the first one I watched, I think she interviewed Morris Chestnut. I don't ever watch the interviews. I actually don't watch the show. I watch the YouTube because I don't have an hour to give. But she interviewed Morris Chestnut, somebody else, but she was talking about like it's almost as if she's picking up right where Trevor left off, and it's like no gap. It's her, right? But it's not a different show. You know what I'm saying?
I've only watched clips of her hosting on YouTube, but I also only watched clips of Trevor Noah.
I'm with you, Johnny. I'm with you. That's
the only things that I've seen is if I walk in a room if Tommy's watching. I didn't know. I saw the whole tour thing. Yeah. I didn't know that Trevor Noah was leaving. I thought it was like when Andy Cohen does Watch What Happens Live, like somewhere else.
Nah.
I didn't know that this was like, oh, we're done. Because I saw he was in Atlanta. I was like, oh, that's cool. They came to Atlanta.
The cool thing about her doing it, first off, she's the first to be the first host after Trevor Noah, and they're gonna do a line of guest hosts, I think. And the other night time, what do they call TV talk shows? They're late night hosts. They're like had her on the show to talk about it and stuff like that. I was like, that's pretty cool, man. They giving her an in.
I used to watch Trevor. Now that he's gone, maybe I watch to see who they pick to replace him. I think my mom watches Trevor.
I'm definitely curious to see who they get to replace him.
Who is he? Who did he replace?
Jon Stewart.
Okay.
Look at me knowing some stuff,
Look at you.
Yeah, it was Jon Stewart. I never watched it when Jon Stewart was. Never. Wasn't even. Maybe if YouTube was like as popular as it is now when he was there, I probably would have checked it out. But yeah, I'm really excited for her. Look at me. Yeah. Yeah.
This coffee is really strong.
Well, it's all right to me.
I'm a wired.
But nah, man, I hope I wonder if she's doing like another week or so. I know it's like she's a guest host and they're gonna have a couple other ones. When he was there, I was watching the Jimmys. See, I didn't watch the Jimmys either. Like I just like it's crazy because I just started watching them to see what they say about Trump. I always thought this stuff was funny.
I would watch the Jimmys on YouTube if there was a celebrity doing a press run. Yeah, I actually wanted to see what they had to
say. Right. So, yeah.
And more so, I think I watched Kimmel more than Fallon, but I would watch both of them if they had clips out.
I watched them. It's somebody else too. It's because they're ABC and NBC, right? Or anyway, it was somebody else I watched too. That's too funny.
I watched the show a few times when Jon Stewart was there, then Trevor Noah, and that was an adjustment. I'm not a fan of change. I think Leslie Jones is going to be an acquired taste.
I think Leslie Jones is just an acquired taste anyway, man. Like she reminds me of Chris Rock because I don't think she's like stand-up comedy funny, but like her roles and stuff are like hilarious to me. Especially when she played the mama on Coming to America too.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Like that is like for some reason, it's by far one of the funniest roles that she's played. But like her stand-up is not too funny to me because I just feel like she's loud, you know. And I feel that way about Chris Rock too. But this suits her a little bit, you know. So I'm interested to see that. If all hearts and minds are clear on that. I want to.
Are you just denying your calling now?
Nah.
Your mama keep hollering you're gonna be a pal.
She ain't said that in years.
She's told me recently.
So Stephen A. apologized to Rihanna for saying she's not Beyonce.
So I didn't see this.
It was on some talk show.
I think it was Sherry Shepherd show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it. However, I read about it. Mm-hmm. And then I saw his apology. And I was like, well, if we want to take the shadiness out of it, the statement itself is true.
It is.
Rihanna is not Beyonce.
But Rihanna's a billionaire, though.
We're not disputing any of that. I'm just saying the statement itself.
Yeah.
Rihanna is not Beyonce.
No, I get you.
It's not a lie.
I just feel it's not. I just feel like you can't take the shadiness out of it because then the message that he was presenting
it changes. I know.
Yeah. Because what he was saying was, yeah, Rihanna's great. I don't think he was taking away from her, like her greatness in singing and being an artist. Mm-hmm. But I mean, when you look at it, man, when you think about those tiers, I think Beyonce is on a different tier.
Sharon, I think he was talking talent.
Yeah, it was more so like, no, I don't even think he was talking talent. I just think he was talking, would you put...
If you had a choice between Beyonce and Rihanna performing,
who would you rather see?
Which would be aligned with talent.
But I think he was trying, or I'm inferring, in my opinion, he was saying that Beyonce has the greatest Super Bowl performance of all time. I think.
I don't know. Again, I didn't see it. I just read.
I mean, like reading
it and seeing it gives you two different contexts because you can read something and be like, he ain't mean nothing by that. But then you could also read it and be like, this was absolutely shady.
I don't think he meant any harm by it. Mm-hmm. And the pushback he got. Yeah. I don't feel like it's Michael and Prince because Beyonce's like.
I'm gonna say Beyonce's a better artist than Rihanna, which is exactly what he's saying.
I don't want to say Rihanna. I mean, Beyonce is a better artist, but I mean, I prefer Beyonce. a lot more than I prefer Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like Rihanna because she got some hits.
Take a Bow had us in the chokehold.
What's the
Tasha
song?
Max sang that song.
What's the song about giving my money? Or B better have my money?
Uh-huh.
That song's so hard to me. It came out during the time I was at one of my lowest. But I think both of them are phenomenal talents. Stefan, how do you say your name? I looked at it, was Stephanie. It's not Stephanie. I'm sorry.
You should stop and say, how you say your name?
That was so old of me, man. We family, man.
I'm happy that you
we family.
You realized that there wasn't an E on the end.
Yeah.
And was like, wait a second.
That's not it. I think it's important to get people's names right.
It is. But no, I am agreeing. If I had the chance to see Rihanna or Beyonce in concert, I'm picking Beyonce every time. And I think I've seen Beyonce perform 4 times.
Yeah.
And I met Beyonce randomly in the hallway at MTV.
Man.
So automatically puts Beyonce here. And my experience meeting Beyonce was not a disappointment.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes you meet people and you're like I don't like Shamar Moore anymore after meeting him.
Oh yeah.
And I met him in like the early 2000s. So this has been like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And he still is on my list of people that I'm really not. If you told me he was coming to something, I would be like, for what?
I've only seen Beyonce once.
Yeah. We went to
her concert.
I don't remember.
But it's like I'm excited to see Rihanna at the Super Bowl.
I am too.
I'm like super excited because I mean, like, for her to basically jump out of the industry and still be relevant as she is, because, like, believe it or not, she's still probably considered one of the top artists in her category. I don't know if you call it R&B, pop, or whatever.
She's more pop now. She's more popular music than she is R&B.
But I think for her to be away for so long and still be relevant, you know.
I haven't heard this new song she put out for Black Panther, but everybody's told me it's bad.
I didn't like any other Black except Toby Wigway. He has the song on there, but I didn't like the Black Panther 2 soundtrack.
I haven't heard anything on it.
Yeah.
I tried not to.
Somebody said, what did Shamar do?
It was like, it wasn't necessarily him. I've had 2 experiences similar to his. Like his experience and then Day 26 / Danity Kane. And it was just their handlers treating me as if I was breaking rules to try to meet them, and then them treating it the exact same way. It was an event that he was at here in Memphis that I was working, and I have on a work badge. I am clearly at work, and they were making it seem like I was a groupie, and I was like 16 or 17 at the time. I'm like, I don't want Shamar Moore.
Yeah.
And even now, like, what is he, 50?
I don't know. He's just not having a baby.
Right, but like he's 50 something and I'm 35. So imagine how it was when I'm like 16, 17 years old. Like, no, I'm not trying to come over here to holler at Shamar Moore. I am at work.
Yeah.
The Day 26 and Danity Kane thing, though, was because we were staying in the same hotel as them in New York. And their security was like, you need to prove that you staying here. I'm like, bro, do you work here? Because you can get out my face too.
Let me go get my security.
You can get out my face too.
That brother's 52 years old.
But it was just, it's nothing inherently that he did. It was just the entire like experience surrounding meeting him just rubbed me the wrong way. And I wasn't even excited to see him anyway. So there's that. Yes. I'm recording. You want to tell everybody hi? Okay, tell everybody hello. Say hi.
Look, special guest today, guys.
Okay.
All
right. Go back in there with Grandma.
Go ahead.
Go with Grandma.
She said, Mommy, what you doing?
Go ahead. Yes.
But yeah, man, I'm like elated about ask grandma to put some water in there. I'm elated about Rihanna, seeing her, and the Super Bowl is on my birthday, by the way, guys.
Maybe it's on your birthday.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. This has never happened before. I don't know how to deal with myself.
Usually falls on like Greg's birthday.
No, it usually is like a week, like the first weekend of February, but
Greg's birthday.
Not really.
I've seen the Super Bowl when his birthday at least 3 times.
Okay, whatever. But no, man. I always like the halftime performances. Last year was great. They had Dr. Dre, the hip hop one. That was the first, right? Exactly. That was the first one that they ever did hip hop. First time they did hip hop on there, like just straight the whole show.
50 Cent looked like he was
50 Cent, man. Oh my God, he was
over and open.
50 Cent was about to bust a brain vessel sitting upside down, man. My favorite performance that I can remember is either Prince or Beyonce. I can't really choose because Beyonce broke the lights.
Beyonce had Bruno Mars.
Yeah. No, she came back and did Bruno Mars. Like Bruno Mars was
Bruno Mars was his own, and she was there with him.
Yeah.
I don't remember. They all kind of.
But Beyonce came out, man. That was when that wasn't when she did the formation thing. But her performance, I like Prince's performance. And then I just realized Michael Jackson did it. I don't remember his. He did it in the early 90s. But I don't remember his performance. What?
She just got right here, did a spin around, and walk back out.
Yeah. Shit, true, man. But nah, man, I like the Super Bowl performances. I was mad at the Super Bowl when it was in Atlanta and they didn't have an Atlanta artist. They just brought out Big Boy. I was like, I appreciate that, but it's like
there's so much Atlanta talent,
right?
That's
not rap.
That would have been big enough stars to headline a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. You could have brought out a melody of artists that's from Atlanta or lives in Atlanta. But it's like I feel like if you're doing music in these mecca cities, like if you go to New York, and if the Super Bowl's in New York, it'll be big time to have a New York artist, right? If the Super Bowl's in California and LA, have a LA artist, like they did last year. The Super Bowl was in LA, hip hop, Dr. Dre, just from Compton. You got all these artists from that area. Come on, man, it makes sense. But you come to Atlanta and you don't have an Atlanta artist headlining it. That don't make sense. Anyway, I digress. This is kind of like a what would you do?
For his time, Michael Jackson's performance was untouchable, but Beyonce has been making her mark on the Super Bowl.
Man, what you said? Where is the Super Bowl this year?
That's a great question.
That is an awesome
I'm
question.
going to look it up. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I have my handy dandy computer over here. While she's looking this up, I want to hear what you do. So I think it was in Indiana or
Arizona, Glendale.
State
Farm Stadium.
The Super Bowl is in Arizona, Glendale on February 12th.
Yes. Yes, we're at Mama's house. I saw Sherry Shepherd at a taping of her TV show as we all proceeded through for some reason I got left behind and she came from behind the door and saw me and started yelling at her team for allowing. I get that they have to treat people like we're all crazy, but we're not all crazy.
Yeah. But some people are. Some people are weird.
I get it.
Some people are weird.
But just run your ship a little bit tighter.
All right.
But don't treat us like we crazy.
Let me ask you what you would do. If you went to McDonald's, ordered the number 2, sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, and some orange juice, and they gave you your bag. You look in the bag, it's their deposits. What would you do?
I'm not gonna lie, I would have given it back.
Would you?
Yes. But that's because I would have given it back because I've worked retail before.
Yeah.
I know McDonald's isn't considered retail, but I've worked retail before and had to take deposits out. And sometimes when you're on your way to take out a deposit, you have to stop and start doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And things just get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how you ended up with a sandwich in the bag. Because when you're bagging this food, like you saw that there was stuff in this bag.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Go show grandma. She don't want to.
Yes, baby. Okay. Go ask grandma help you with it.
That is too funny, man.
I would have taken it back, but I mean, I get why people would say that they wouldn't. But their deposits, I would have taken it back.
I'm gonna be real with you. I honestly don't know. I would have probably looked at that, thought about it. What would Jesus do? Prayed on it. Because I mean, like you think about it, man, it just depends on how down bad you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, shoot, 5,000. Like I think they said it was 5,000. This actually happened, by the way, guys. I think they said it was 5,000, and then you know, you like if you need that 5,000, if 5,000 was standing in the way of you buying a house, right? Mm-hmm. Or not, let's not say a house, but getting you caught up on your bills.
Go sit at your table and eat your bacon.
It's hard to say, like, you wouldn't look at it as a blessing from God. God's just blessing in the blessing business today.
I mean, honestly, stranger things have happened.
Man, I remember walking down at UT, mm-hmm. and I didn't have anything to eat. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, I'm going to be here all day. I don't have any money, and I don't have anything to eat. I don't know how I'm going to eat, but I got to go. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking down in front of the UC. It's a $20 bill laying on the ground. Scoop that thing up. I was like, man, all right, we got lunch today. Then my partner, he saw me at lunch and you know, I'm in the cafeteria and, you know, buying me something. I bought me something. He's like, damn, I don't got nothing to eat. And so I was like, here you go, man. So it gave him, bought him. He was tripping too. Like, oh, you for real? Like, yeah, man, here. This was a blessing to God. I'm going to give it to you to bless you too.
Something like that has happened to me. It wasn't necessarily for food, but I remember needing to take my car to get an emissions test.
She said, I keep the money. There's no mistake in life. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, Steph.
When we lived,
I don't know how to say her name.
In your apartment, like when I moved in with you, I remember one day, it was right before
we was shacking up.
Yeah. I remember right before we needed to, I needed to take my car to get an emissions test. And I was like, when I get in the house, I'm going to go check my bank account to make sure I can afford the emissions test and the sticker.
Yeah.
Like this week.
Yeah.
Or if I have to wait until I get paid again. And as I get out of the car, $30 blows in the wind past me.
Let me get that.
I picked it right on up and I was like, man, that's all of it except for a couple of dollars.
Let me get that.
Like, I think I was like $3 short with that cash. And I was like, I got this. I'm going to go get this sticker, get this emissions test done, and I'm going to be good to go.
No, but you know, honestly, I probably would have gave it back too. I probably would have looked at it and like, and went back and gave it back. But I don't think the return is the trading value was the same. Like they gave him a month free of McDonald's, and
I don't want that much McDonald's ever in life.
And I'm pretty sure it's only at that McDonald's.
Yeah, because they're franchised. And
$200.
I would have taken the $200.
Now he gave back $5,000.
What would you expect them to do? Give him $5,000?
At least give me $5,000 and a lifetime of McDonald's, because I mean that's a big mess up.
That is a big mess up.
A huge mess up. Like why?
Crystal's on the same page as me. Like, it's somebody's job on the line. Yeah. Like, you lose $5,000 in deposits, you're fired.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, man. Like, I probably would have gave it back, just because of the type of person. But I definitely would have been going through my mind like, what do I need?
You're like, I'm gonna take 2 of these out. Yeah, let me get the rest.
I don't know what the rest of it is.
This is what was in my bag. I gave it back, y'all.
I always think about that when police find money, or like when they do a big bust and stuff. I'd be like, they have to take some.
If their body cams are on, they're not. They should be on.
Like, couldn't be me. Right.
I'm happy you're not.
This is why I'm not a police officer right here. Because if we do a drug bust and they say, hey, it's 100 million in here, best believe they ain't getting 100 million.
I don't want
100 million ain't getting turned in. I'm just being honest. Because that money for the streets.
You need to give him to me? Okay. My mom was walking around with both these kids.
And she like, y'all need to hurry up. Look now. I'm glad to see my grandbabies, but damn. Man, these are true coffee breaks. Look, Johnny, don't let them talk you into it, man. Shoot. Hey. I'm being honest, man. I would definitely review my situation and you know, if my situation calls for me keeping some of that money, I'm gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? She said drug dealers ain't. Hey, no, they ain't undisputed.
I know that I had $100 bills in here. Y'all saying y'all only see 7?
Yep. It's my word against yours.
You're the drug dealer.
Like, I ain't gonna get like, it was a TV show I was watching. It was on HBO. I can't remember the name, but it was talking about Baltimore Police Department. I think it got really, really bad up there. And like, they were going in busting people to steal their money. Now,
it's like that movie you watched with me one time. I think it was a movie. It had Pooch Hall in it. Him and his friend. Pooch Hall is the dude that played Derwin Davis.
Yeah, it's like that, but no, that was Law and Order SVU.
Oh, that was SVU episode. Yeah. It wasn't a movie.
Right. One of the greatest TV shows ever made, but that's not here or there. But this show, they was just basically setting up drug dealers to be robbed, and they was, you know, police officers was robbing them, which I think that is wrong. But what they say?
Where I worked, if you didn't make the deposit by a certain time, there was a possible termination. The home office was calling the store 15 minutes after the time.
Yeah, I think they were open. I don't understand how, with that McDonald situation, I don't understand how that was so close to where you would get the food. You know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't be. I've not worked fast food, but working retail, when we would do the deposits, we put them in the safe at night, so you didn't have to go to the bank at night.
At night, yeah.
And during the holiday season, we would let them pile up because nobody wants to be leaving during the holidays trying to go do stuff. That's your busiest time of the year. Yeah. So sometimes we would get like a week's worth of deposits and try to go.
Right.
My manager was always the one that got the call from home office. Like, y'all missing some deposits,
man.
And we get them there the next day or the same day that they made the call. It would be like I remember one time we had to drop off 2 weeks worth. We got in trouble.
I'd have cussed somebody out.
Well, it was him. He was the one taking them, not us.
I'd have cussed him out, dude. Like, God, leave. Yeah, like that's what we did. Was when I worked at Sherwin-Williams, was at night. Like, the bank was on the way home. So, you know, you just drop it off in the drive-through window, going home.
Ours was too, but I wasn't going to the mall. I wasn't going from the mall to the bank at night as a woman by myself.
Yeah. So I get it, man. So I wanted to bring this up because I still don't understand how this happened. How was Young Thug given a Percocet in court?
I don't know. And they said it was one of his co-defendants that gave
That's
it
what
to
I'm
him.
saying.
So I'm like, y'all all in jail and everybody got drugs?
Like, first off, I'm like, why would you think that was a good idea? Or something that you could actually do?
You reading the...
Yeah.
You stopped completely in the middle of this.
Because it was like a long little thing. I was like, this must be good.
I'm going to put it on the screen.
It must be good.
So it says, true story, because I'm so nosy, I found 2 bags full of checks in the bushes near downtown. The checks were written out to a TV evangelist. I'm in my car looking at these checks. Then I got scared and threw the bag back in the bushes.
Well, you can't do nothing with checks, man. Because if your name, if a check is yes, I used to work at a bank. If a check is has a name on it and signed, you can't. If it's paid to the order of, there's nothing you can do about it. But if it's just a blank check, I mean, check fraud. But cash.
But you be like, I gotta get caught first.
Do not take that stance.
I'm not saying take that.
Do not take that stance because that's nah, don't do that. But cash though, man, cash is cash essentially doesn't have a paper trail. Checks have a paper trail. You do have to prove where you got cash from. That's where people get in trouble at. It's like trying to prove or not knowing that they have to prove where they got this cash from. And like when it comes up, it's like they can't prove it because it doesn't make sense. Friday, you was broke, but Saturday or Sunday, you out here buying all this stuff with cash.
Like,
you did something stupid.
I was selling body butter.
You did something stupid.
I be making up something. I sold t-shirts, body butter, and hair oil.
That just
Do
looks.
you have any left?
Hey, little girl, stop. That just looks suspicious,
Open it.
That just looks real suspicious that somebody just all of a sudden has this crazy amount of cash. So
I've been there and it's been completely legal.
What?
Where I didn't have any money and then I had a large sum of cash to deposit.
Yeah. You got a sugar daddy. Me.
This was not from you, but okay. I was say, you know something I don't know?
Nah.
Who was the sugar daddy?
Me, nigga.
What do you know?
But man, I just going back to this Young Thug thing, I have to believe that
No. Did you guys see the customer that tried to kidnap the Starbucks driver?
I did see that. I was like, through
the window?
Yeah, through the window. I was like, I don't know why he tried to do that. Like, well, I don't know what was going on, but yeah, that was crazy.
I'm gonna have to find that story. No, I didn't see that.
No, I saw that, man.
Yes. Huh?
I ain't read into it like that, but I was like, dang, that's crazy. That's wild. Somebody would try to do that. But yeah, this Young Thug case is getting wilder and wilder, man. It's super wild. Let's see what else we got.
Okay. So they just came up and tried to pull him through the window?
Yeah. It was something going on, I think.
That's crazy.
I'm pulling it up now.
Yes.
I hear it.
You can't hear it.
You hear me?
Oh, I'm turning it the wrong way.
They did make an arrest, though.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, my people.
Man with unique tattoo arrested after video shows him trying to drag barista out of drive-through window.
Like, what type of boldness do you have to actually do that? And how strong you have to be to pull a person, let's say a 16-year-old, I think that's the working age, right? A 16-year-old, let's say $105, out the window through a car, Like that's a very strong person, man, and bold.
He tried to drag her out of the window while holding a looped zip tie device. You gonna have to turn this down, Mom. Yes.
People are wild, man.
Okay. Come sit right here.
He had zip tie in one hand, so he essentially had one hand to pull somebody out of a window of the drive. That wasn't gonna work.
He had a tattoo that said Chevrolet, and that's how they found him.
Yeah, man, that just yeah, that's just stupid. Like I'm trying to figure. Did he know this person?
I don't know. I don't think so. It just says like the police department put up the video, and you could clearly see the tattoo was like right here.
Yeah,
you could see it, and so people.
Yeah. Oh, I know who that. That's
yeah.
That's Dave.
You can keep talking.
Oh.
It's awkward that you just stopped talking while I'm taking her shoes off.
I was like, what is going on here?
She has her shoes to be taken.
Man, that's just crazy. That's wild, man. I hate that when people do stuff like that just because it's not thought through. And then this person just at work. Mm-hmm. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just trying to serve you your Starbucks that you ordered and make it home the next day.
Thank you.
I just think we as humans have gotten to a point to where a lot of these things are like it's not normal, but we look at it as something that's happening more and more, like stupid crimes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why. Like, because the logic behind that doesn't make sense. I'm in a drive-through. I'm driving. So essentially, I don't have enough space, right? He had a zip tie in one hand, right?
It's like, why her? Why Starbucks? Why today? Why anybody?
Why in this situation? Like, what was the outcome? Like, if you were able to grab her, pull her in the car, was it the girl that he was trying to pull in the car?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. If you're gonna commit a crime, do it right.
Right. Like, come on, man. Think about it.
And first off, like this person.
Yeah, don't tell me nothing.
This person here, number one, law-abiding citizen.
Yes.
So this whole thing about him saying he would possibly keep the money is a lie.
I mean, like, I'll think about it. I'll keep some of it, probably, maybe. No, I'm trying to do right, man.
Law-abiding citizen. You cannot break a rule around time.
Oh,
they ask him, he's snitching.
Yeah, like, don't put me, I ain't gonna volunteer no information because you gotta ask me now. I ain't gonna volunteer no information, but hey, if I didn't do something, I'm not going down for it. Mm-mm. And especially when they start talking about putting me in jail, it's me or you. And I'ma always choose me.
You're going. You are going to jail.
Right.
Your mama might go to jail too, because I'm gonna prove she knew.
Look, I'm gonna be like, man, look, I got a family to feed, man. I ain't got time to play these games.
I am happy though that they were able to identify him because that's scary.
That is truly scary. And I'll be like because we look at that situation and then be like, how can we prevent that from happening? And then you to prevent it, you put a barrier up, right? Mm-hmm. So now the Starbucks, I'm not a big Starbucks person, but the Starbucks chain has to look at situations differently, because you can't allow one situation to happen and don't take it seriously.
Right.
You know, because then people are going to improve the way to do it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's crazy. If you're gonna commit a crime, do it right. Yes, think about it. You know, and stuff like that. So that was the thing. That's what, like, just bringing up the circling it back to this YSL case. That's the thing I don't understand about Young Thug. Like, Young Thug was big enough for Grammy winning. I have to admit, one of the top artists in hip hop today. And I don't understand how he gets caught up in this. this case. I don't understand why. Right. So I've been waiting on like them to go to jury and stuff like that. But Young Thug going to jail because of this situation with the Percocet.
Mm-hmm. Like, well, he's already there.
I mean, like he's gonna staying, get because that was that was a move that says to me you don't want to get out.
Correct. I am in a Ross, and this is in a nice neighborhood. Try to take my grandson. I turned around for a minute. When I turned to back around, his coat was off. It's a longer story, but people are crazy.
Oh man,
that's why I don't like taking the kids out by myself.
Man, that's one of the biggest fears of mine. Like somebody try to take my kid, I'll be like, "Look, y'all got to shut this stuff down. Mm-hmm. I'm losing it because that's mine. They are mine.
These are my babies.
You are not going to. Like, I take pride in taking care of them."
Ms. Gayla, are you asking about what did Young Thug do? I don't know the whole YSL.
Yeah, it's a lot going on there.
Situation, RICO indictments and all that stuff. But there's also like they were in the courtroom during jury selection, and one of the co-defendants of his case slipped him a Percocet during this juror selection process. So, and this is the second incident this week alone from people that are in jail from this YSL case. Another one of the guys that's in jail, his mom came and bought a duffel bag to court to give to his attorney to give him. There was a sealed envelope inside of the bag that had rolling papers in it that the girlfriend had packed up. And so that's considered drug paraphernalia brought into the courtroom. The mama went to jail and they're looking for the girlfriend. Now this guy got Percocets. I know there's going to be how did he get these Percocets? There's about to be like
they going to jail.
They're going to jail. Hopefully it's not like the COs assisting in this, because that's going to turn into a bigger shakedown.
And they going to jail.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of folks in jail.
Yeah, over some just wait.
I've had a man follow me through Walmart, and he only stopped whatever he was going to do because I ran to my best friend in the store. I had a man follow me once at a dollar store, and I literally was on the phone, and I was like, "Yeah, mama, because this man keep following me." And he finally like backed down, but it was like every aisle that I went down, he was there. And he wasn't shopping. He would, like, if he saw me pick up something, he randomly stop at the end of the aisle, look at me, and just start like messing with stuff. And then the next aisle I go down, like I was going to like, I don't want to say the crazy, it's nothing crazy in a dollar store, but I was going like up and down different aisles to make sure that I wasn't crazy, that he was following me. But I announced it loud enough for everybody in the store to hear.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what you have to, like, it's crazy that somebody would like, sex trafficking is real. Mm-hmm. Abductions are real, and people are crazy. Mm-hmm. And I wish it would stop. And I don't know how you fix that. And like me personally, I've been in the store, seen a pretty lady, looked at her, and like kept going. It's like, dang, she pretty, keep going. I've never went in the store and felt like somebody was following me. I've been in the store and felt like I was being watched because they thought I was going to steal something or something like that. But like, my heart goes out to women in stores and then in children, because it's like people have the right to freely go do about what they're doing and feel safe doing that. Mm-hmm. And for somebody to infringe on a person's safety, they are wrong for that. Right. And I honestly feel like it's our responsibility as human beings to make sure we don't see things like that happen. Mm-hmm. Like if I ever heard, like if I heard somebody in the store saying, "Oh, I feel like I'm being followed." Mm-hmm. Well, who is this person? I'm not the biggest person in the crayon box, but I have a big heart.
Biggest person in the crazy box. You just be coming up with stuff.
It be flying off the head. Good morning.
Good morning, D Brown.
It just be flying off the head. But it's like I think that's one of the most unfair things. Nobody should be in fear walking down the street,
Correct.
unless they're afraid of dogs. And even if they're afraid of dogs, just get you a stick or something. I always have I have dreams about like, would you fight a dog if you had to? Yeah, me and that dog would go 12 rounds.
I've had to I've run from dogs in childhood.
Yeah.
At this age and stage, I haven't had to, and our neighborhood doesn't really have a lot of random dogs.
Our neighborhood is crazy, but
I'm talking about our immediate neighborhood. We have one neighbor who lets his dog just roam freely, but she just had babies. She don't care about much of nothing. She just run up on you and be like, "Please pet me."
But no, I feel like if your safety is infringed upon in a store, you're just shopping. I just feel like that's completely wrong. And it's unfair. Yeah. What else did we have this week? George Santos. I know a lot of people probably don't know who that is. It's a congressman that just got elected, but basically he lied on his resume, and it worked.
I don't even remember this story.
Basically, he said he done all these things, right? Like he graduated college, had a business, and ran for, I think it was Congress. It's something in Congress.
He's a representative.
Yeah, from New York. Newly elected Representative George Santos, Republican of New York, is facing a whole bunch of questions because of his resume. And I ain't gonna get into all the things he said. Just know he lied about most of the things on his resume and won an election. So my question is, people are asking him to resign and stuff like that. Because people are asking him to resign, is it wrong of him not to resign? Because he got elected off of what he put on paper, and we, as law-abiding citizens, we stretch the truth a little bit on our resumes just to make it look good.
And they believe him.
Hey man, for comedy, the thing is, it's not stretching it, but it's saying, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z?
It makes me wonder why nobody, when he was running, was like, he ain't do that.
Nobody questioned it, right?
But somebody has to know you that don't like you,
right?
That's he didn't do
that. He did a lot of right. It gets crazier and crazier, but he did a lot of stuff. They were saying, one story that sticks out is he did a GoFundMe for a veteran, and Leslie Jones pulled this story up. That's why it sticks in my head, because I hear her yelling it at me. He basically did a GoFundMe for a veteran whose dog was dying, and then he kept the money.
Was the veteran even real?
Yeah, the veteran and the dog were real. And he kept a homeless veteran. That's what it was. It was a homeless veteran whose dog was dying. He started a GoFundMe, and he kept the money. And they had never,
Is that not fraud?
I think it is, but not necessarily.
I would say it is. It's false pretenses.
I don't know.
That you got these people to give money.
But they was embellishing his educational, job history, all these things. And they put him on a committee too. That's what I was thinking. It's too late that, because he was voted in. Because don't vote me in and then ask me to resign, because I'm not. You're going to have to catch me.
Allegedly.
I'm not. What for? They put him on a committee, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not finna volunteer to quit. Unless they say, hey, you got to get out of here. That's the only way I'm going out. Or you vote me out. That's the only way. But once I'm voted in, it's a done deal.
I have not looked into this story at all. I'm going to have to.
Anthony devoted. It's weird because it's weird because it worked. It wouldn't be weird if he was going through the election and we find out then, oh, he's lying.
If he had ran as a Democrat, they would have found out.
Oh, yeah. I feel like him. Like I don't feel like. I feel like they. Whatever happened, it just. However he got in, you know, Democrat, Republic, whatever, they wouldn't have found that. It would have been the same thing. But it's like now at this point, what do you do? Because I'm pretty sure he's sitting back laughing.
He gonna finish out his term and
that's what I would do.
Gonna get reelected.
He possibly would get reelected.
You know,
because now at this point he can put on his resume congressman.
I did all these things. Yes.
This is what I did while I was in office.
However, did you die?
That's it. Did you die?
He also said his mother died in 9/11.
He did say that. He did say that. Is she
still alive?
I don't know if she's still alive, but she wasn't at 9/11. I mean, she didn't die in 9/11.
Maybe she died around 9/11.
Honestly, I don't think she did.
Additional tragedy.
I don't think she's dead. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I just find that to be funny, man. Just like this dude embellished his resume and got elected, and now they're saying, "Hey, man, no, you can't do that." But it's not in the rule books that you can't. So that's a fail on the people that's over the election, like the people that decides, okay, you're good to run. Mm-hmm. That's a fail on them because.
Well, you can run regardless of if you're qualified.
But don't you have to give like a statement? I'm running, and it has to go through. Like certain people can't run for office.
You just have to qualify for. It's like felons. Like
who do you go? Yeah, like the people that
didn't say liars can't.
The people right. The people that say you're qualified to run.
My dad ran for state representative.
Hey, that's good.
So
he was not vetted. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
So with my dad running for state representative, this was way back in the day, like way back in the day.
I wonder would I get voted in if I ran for something.
My dad did not.
Yeah.
He didn't have to like go through and prove anything. He just had to like declare that he was running.
Yeah.
And then have the money to fund the flyers and yard signs and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right, 2 more things, man. Then we're gonna get on out of here.
His mother was living in Brazil.
It was like stupid. Like, why say that to you? Oh yeah, he did say he was Jewish. He did, and one of the people, I think it was McCarthy. He was like, "Now we're the most diverse group. We got Jewish."
So he's Rachel Dolezal.
yeah, but not as good as she would like, because she pulled that off.
He's transracial.
I'm not gonna get into that.
That's what she did.
That is anyway. Brian Walsh. I know you've heard me talk about this case.
Tell me the story.
So Brian Walsh, I'm not going to get into his history just yet, but Brian Walsh basically is a man from Massachusetts. What's going on is his wife went missing on New Year's Day. Mm-hmm. And so she didn't show up for work for whatever, like she didn't show up for work. Mm-hmm. And her job called in her missing. The first what is going on. So when the police came to check in, he was like, well, the last time I seen her was New Year's Day. She was getting into like a Uber. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a real Uber, but they used the word in place of Uber, whatever.
Rideshare.
Yeah. She was getting into a rideshare and going to DC for work. Mm-hmm. That was the last time he saw her New Year's Day. Mm-hmm. So police do their investigation. They find blood, a bloody knife, some other stuff in the basement. Mm-hmm. He went to Home Depot, bought $450 worth of cleaning supplies. They found some blood stuff. I don't know if they said this is hers. Mm-hmm. They found some blood at the local trash station. And basically he was put in jail for I don't know what it's called, misdirection to the police, like lying to the police about something. And then last week, I think he got a warrant for his arrest for murdering his wife. Now, let in mind, they haven't found the.
I don't know if y'all can hear
I'm pretty
this.
sure. I'm pretty sure. Good morning, AJ. Appreciate it, AJ.
This, but Quad is talking so loudly with his
Quad
grandma right now.
Quad is really going in. But the story is interesting to me because they're able to arrest him for murder in Massachusetts now, but they haven't found the body. So that's what makes this story interesting. Now, the backside to everything is his dad. Like his dad was a big time professor somewhere, and he was in the wheel, out of the wheel, in the wheel, out of the wheel type of thing. Like he got some things going on with his dad. He was on parole when this happened.
On parole for what,
He sold Andy Warhol, which I got to look up what that is. But he sold an Andy Warhol, a fake one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's Andy Warhol is an artist. But he sold a fake Andy Warhol, got in trouble for that, got put in jail for that, and now he was on probation for that. And now this thing comes up.
He is 2 rooms away.
Yeah, he's not in this room, and we don't have our mic set up.
Like Lily is right here, but he is like.
And man, this story is just so interesting because it's like, where's this woman's body? And how y'all like? The rule in Massachusetts that you can, like, if the evidence says this person is dead, right? Which it does. They can't find daddy, dude.
They're not. They're not.
I don't know how much.
I know somebody that's got a divorce recently, and it was a couple $100. One of my friends got a divorce like 3 months ago, few $100, and they were done. But they also like both agreed, we're done with this. No bad blood. You sign.
Yeah, she definitely in the landfill somewhere, chopped up, because they went to his Google searches. His Google search was let me see, how do you dismemberment and disposing of 115-pound woman. I'm assuming.
Oh, that was very specific.
It's specific. And I was like, man, this dude here is, oh my goodness.
Hair crystal, like uncontested, about that much.
Yeah.
You gotta go through and argue about some stuff, then it might you owe some attorneys and fees. But like if y'all both are
talking about the cost of divorce.
Yes.
Because why not get a divorce?
Yeah, if all hearts and minds, as Tommy says, are clear, and we both want this divorce, just sign the papers and then let the judge say it's so and be done with it. Especially if there's like no kids involved, which I don't know if they had kids or not. I'm going to assume that they didn't, but...
Wait a minute, man. They had 3 kids.
They had 3 kids?
They had 3 kids, and they all under 6. All right, so I'm just reading an excerpt from a CNN article. The bags in Abington had been destroyed by the time the police located. I think Abington is where they stay. Mm-hmm. The line said, however, the trash bags and swamp scott were discovered in a collection site in Peabody and contained blood stains, cleaning equipment, a hacksaw, a hatchet, boots, and a Prada purse carried by Anna Walsh, which is the missing person, and her COVID vaccination card. This is what the prosecutor said. The state crime lab tested some of the bloody items in the bag and found DNA from Anna and Brian Walsh. The line said, this brother here.
I always wonder when people do things like this. Like, okay, you wanted to not be with this person anymore, get a divorce.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming that you didn't want to have to pay alimony or child support or those types of things. So you're like, I'll get rid of her and that'll clear me of this. But does anybody ever weigh what happens to me if I don't get away with this?
That goes back to what we was talking about earlier. If you're gonna do a crime, do it right. He did, and the searches were on the kids' iPad trying to throw people. Like it's stupid, and it's gonna be a Lifetime movie. It's gonna be a Law and Order. I can't wait till it becomes a Law and Order show. I'm gonna be like, ooh, I remember that case. I hope they find this woman's body. Mm-hmm. It's extremely sad because she was looking for divorce stuff. Like her Google search said that she was looking for divorce stuff, and it's man, it's that safety thing again, man. Nobody should feel unsafe from another person. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm ever in a situation and somebody made me feel unsafe, I'm gonna say, hey, stop what you're doing. Because I don't feel safe like that. I've gotten out of people's cars. I've put people out because, you're not making my situation safe. And my space is a safe space.
Why is my 6-month-old baby carrying a bag of popcorn?
I don't know. I don't know.
His grandmother's response is because he's playing with
it. Just gotta watch him with this pop.
Well, he can't get it open, so
if he does. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see. Yeah, this is definitely a Lifetime movie. Like Lifetime got one movie. They called me up yesterday as I was watching Married at First Sight. I don't know. Like, only thing you gotta say to me, it was a true story.
Based on a true story.
Based on a true story. I'm into it. But no, man, I'm just curious to see like where they find this woman's body, because what it is, he probably chopped her up, right? Mm-hmm. And left something, however he chopped her up, and they're gonna find it unless he burnt her body up.
They'll still find it.
I would think they would find that.
I would assume that he can't burn at the temperature
you need to burn bone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because he was stupid enough to, like, the thing is, it's like everything points back to you. Mm-hmm. You go in, like, I'm Googling dismemberment and disposing of bodies. Go in and buy all the $450 worth of cleaning supplies.
Already
an absurd amount. Yeah.
Like, I remember when we first moved in our house, we went and spent an ungodly amount of money on stuff to fix up the house. Right. But even with cleaning supplies, I think we might have hit $60.
Yeah. What you got? Bleach, pine salt, a new mop and brew, rags.
I'm like, what did you buy that you spent $450? You cleared the shelves, because first off, Home Depot and Lowe's don't keep much of anything.
The issue is they still found blood and stuff at the house.
So you did a piss poor job of cleaning it up.
It's like, good grief, man. Only thing he had to do, and I'm sorry that I think this way, but I watch way too many crime shows. Well, I would think the only thing he would have to do is hire a cleaning company.
Well, that would be reported.
I guess so. You're right.
Because if I come into your house to clean it and I see blood, bro, what is this? Yeah. Now I'm involved in tampering with the crime scene.
Yeah, I just thought about it because I would definitely tell. Mm-hmm. If I was I ain't cleaning this up, bro. Here's your money back.
I'm gonna go run out to the car really quickly.
And you better
I'm gonna call the police while I'm in the car getting my things.
Yeah.
But that's true. If he didn't turn off his cell phone,
he definitely should have bought a black
towers light. Are gonna be paying.
But it's just so stupid. It's like the worst case that you ever seen.
Look at y'all helping him better spending $450.
Right. He should have wiped clean his Google's history. They probably still would have found it, or did it in incognito.
Let's do.
Last thing, guys. Shannon Sharpe almost got into a fight. Got into a fight with. This happened last night. got into a fight with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Big Memphis energy.
Right. Steven Adams, Dixon, I think his name is Dixon Brooks. Dylan Brooks, Ja Morant, and T Morant.
Ja's daddy.
But Ja's daddy is funny. He was like, man, I wasn't trying to fight, dude. But it on the video, it looked like he was trying to fight, dude. But the funniest part is Shannon Sharpe was like, they don't want this smoke, but I want all this smoke.
He's not finna fight the whole
time. Hey, I was looking at Shannon. I was like, he probably could take him out. He probably has.
Everybody involved has too much to lose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's just interesting that that happens, but it's more to say about Shannon Sharpe because Shannon is like plus 50 plus.
Plus 50.
Yeah, plus 50. He's an old head, but he's in shape. You know what I'm saying?
I saw it, but I don't really know exactly
what happened was Dylan Brooks, like Shannon Sharpe was being a fan, right? He's a fan of LeBron James. LeBron James was the greatest thing since sliced bread in Shannon Sharpe's eyes. And he was telling Dylan Brooks, man, you can't guard LeBron, something like that. And Dylan Brooks was like, F him. And Shannon Sharpe was like, F you. And then so that ensued into an argument from both sides. And Steven Adams, which I love about him. Steven Adams is like, you ain't finna talk to my teammate like I ain't here, So Steven Adams comes and gets in Shannon Sharpe's face. First off, Steven Adams walks over there and everybody started rushing both of them. And on the video, everybody started like the refs, the team security and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. I think they know that they're not going to let anything happen, but it's just the fact that, hey, Shannon Sharpe did not back down. And he was like, I'm finna take out this whole team if I have to. But it's just crazy. And then Ja comes over, and of course, Ja needs to sit down because Ja is basically the face of the team. And his daddy came over and he's like, hey,
his daddy want to be seen.
Now the problem with the problem with his dad coming over is Shannon Sharpe and his dad really can't get into it without they just get put out the building, probably be put in jail. But I don't think it was more so he was gonna fight over them. It was more so that Dylan Brooks was basically cussing and fussing at him, responding to him.
Because he was talking about him.
But he responded to him in a way that he was not respected as a fan. Because as fans, not me personally, but as fans, people say wild things to these pro athletes, right? And for them to respond back, we don't look at it as a thing. And I know from Shannon Sharpe's standpoint, he's looking at, why are you responding to a fan?
Well, you're not just any fan, Shannon Sharpe.
Right, it's Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Fame. Wait, let me rephrase that. Hall of Fame Shannon Sharpe.
Right. You're not some random dude in the arena.
But he's looking at it from a standpoint of him being just a regular fan.
But he's not.
I get that. But it's just interesting, man. Like that was about to go down. Yeah, that was Shannon Sharpe.
Club Shay
Shay. I like Shannon. I don't like him being on. Like I get irritated with him being on Undisputed. Like because I think they have something great, but it's just man, Skip just been tripping these last few.
Skip has been tripping since
years. I don't think to the point now of the disrespect we see from Skip, and the respect that should be shown from Skip to Shannon because Shannon did it. Mm-hmm. Shannon's still in shape. Mm-hmm. And he had to move on when he said that thing about comparing Shannon Sharpe to Tom Brady, and that Tom Brady is the She be tripping me out. And Shannon, and like when he said that about Shannon Sharpe about Tom Brady, and he had to quit when he was 35, and Tom Brady is 45. I was like, first off, Tom Brady ain't hit every play, and if he does get hit, his team wins. His team benefits from him getting hit every play. Now Tom Brady doesn't, but he throws the ball and he get hit late. His team benefits. Like that. They play two different positions. Shannon Sharpe probably one of the greatest to play his position, and like you have to put respect on that. So I don't know, man. They resolved everything, and it was so big. The news broadcast or the commentators went over to the situation. It was talked about it
because Shannon Sharpe's not your average fan. If it would have been you,
your point is proven, lady.
If it would have been you, they would be like,
we're gonna
put him out.
Yeah, we're gonna put him out. Shannon Sharpe finished that game.
Exactly. And he has to act like he's not your average fan because anybody else would have been put out.
But it's the GOAT James, as he would say.
I am a LeBron fan.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to get put out of anything over LeBron.
I am a Celtics fan. Yes, I know 35 is old in football, but I still, though.
Look, the grandma called you.
Greatest tight end to play the game next to Tony Gonzalez and all the other people. Yeah, I'm a Celtics fan, and I'm not going to get put out for the Celtics, but I'm a part of the team.
If I spent my money, I'm not getting put out for nobody.
Nah. But I'm also, I don't know. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect me either.
Especially if
but
I'm not gonna like Shannon Sharpe.
Right. I'm also not gonna disrespect another person because I respect what they do.
I can't do it.
That's why I respect it. It's something that I personally cannot do. I cannot compete with you in that. So I respect you for being able to do something that I personally cannot do. And if I could, I would. And I would probably be the greatest to ever do it. If I could play back, if I was maybe a foot taller.
No.
If I was a foot taller, weighed a little bit more. No, I could weigh this. Foot taller.
Yeah, foot taller with your weight would be all right.
Yeah. Foot taller. And I would be the greatest to play. Yep.
Oh.
They would be like MJ, Tommy T, and then Kobe, LeBron.
And that Tommy had started lying, so I'm
just saying, I would because like that's the thing. I get mad at Zion, and then I'm gonna be done. I get mad at Zion for not being in shape, and that being his issue with playing basketball because this is something you love to do, and they gave you millions of dollars to do it. I would never cook in it. Like I would have a chef. He would be on payroll. I would have nutrition on payroll and a trainer on payroll to keep me in shape.
You got bacon, okay.
Keep me in shape. And like because his injuries come from his weight. Yeah. And that's the issue. But anyway, love you guys. Thank you for joining us. The conversation was great. We are at Grandma's house today.
Less chaos next week.
Yeah, less chaos. And we put out Married at First Sight. No podcast this week because of we had a death in the family, but we're working through it, and we'll get a podcast out probably next week. And comment, share, and like. Appreciate you guys. Peace.